to you as
And
to how
indeed,
you do the questioning. But of course...
General Senona's concern might very well be that there are people listening and drafting the next suspension letter. So my questions to him must be fair to him so that he can answer. If he accepts all confessions, I don't know what ramifications that will have for him as their boss, because technically he's still in the position. So what I will undertake to do is perhaps not be as detailed and deal with the generalities and then invite his comment.
In the light of the point I made right at the beginning, which is that the people have already accepted that they messed up.
Yes. So now
basically throughout.
I would invite,
Yes.
I'll pose a different question. Is General Senona, no, to General Senona. General Senona, are you aware of the extent to which the applicable prescripts, including the National Instruction 2017 of Property and Exhibit Management, the Protocol on Search and Seizures of Drugs and related, are you aware of the extent of non-compliance with those prescripts during the seizure and storage of these drugs?
Before he answers, question, was he aware then, or sitting here now, is he aware? So that we don't get different answers depending on the time period you are referring to.
Well, I'll take it, is he aware now? He wasn't, hence he expressed himself in the manner that he did in his report to General Musikidi. So it's in the now.
Thanks, Commissioners. I am aware now, and the implications is that even if you arrest people, that thing will create gaps in ensuring the admissibility of the evidence. Handling the crime scene is a delicate thing. We call it a holy place. And the person in charge of the crime scene, irrespective of rank, even if I go to a crime scene, Commissioners, as a general, and a constable is entry level, is in charge of the crime scene, that person is in charge. I'll give you an example. A lot of crime scenes, you will see the Minister of Police, the National Commissioner, the National Head, they go to the crime scenes. The sole purpose of going there is to get facts and congratulate the members for their good work. And they expect that those protocols must be followed. The same applies to me. But I can tell you that if the members have confessed or made admissions that they didn't follow the protocol, consequence management needs to apply. That's my response, Commissioner.
And I'm happy to leave it at that. And I take it perhaps through, you will appreciate in the fullness of time the extent of the admissions that they have made. So you will not tomorrow say, because of a response you gave at Madlanga Commission, that you then were faced with a suspension.
Commissioners.
Then I will not unpack.
Commissioners, I think the SC is not aware what I'm going through. I'm going through, for lack of a better word, and apologies up front, I'm going through a hell. Because of me coming here and testifying. That is a possibility. The last time I raised issues of safety, a decision was given for me to read people's names. I'm having litigation now. Over and above that, I was suspended and say evidence was given under oath before the commission. Currently, the other one, I have a new one that I received after when I appear here on the 1st. They say I'm being charged because of the storage and theft of the drugs. I testified in January. Is it not one and the same thing? Is somebody not abusing his powers to try? I don't know what have I done to these people, but I want to assist the commission. That's why I came back.
General, in the interest of time, I
Thank
think
you.
we note your concerns. Please answer the questions. If we keep going to your DC issues, we will not finish today.
It is because it's emanate from this.
No,
That
no,
is why
I
I
appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I think you've made the point. But let's not repeat it,
Thank you.
because you made it earlier also.
Thank you,
So
Commissioner.
I think in the interest of time, and I know you don't want to come back several times, so in the interest of time, let's answer questions and see how far we go.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank
I'll do so.
Thank you, Commissioner Khumalo. Staying with your page 12, you say your involvement was limited to oversight and administrative decisions, but you don't unpack the administrative decisions. Are you able to just in summary say what those administrative decisions were?
Administrative decisions is when a report is provided before me. I read it. When I'm happy, I sign it. I dispatch it to the relevant offices, commissioners.
Is that a decision? Or am I misunderstood?
When a report is prepared before me and I sign it, which means I'm comfortable with the content that was prepared for me, then I sign it. It goes. Other administrative issues are not related to the issues of the Commission. Like if there is a shortage of manpower, shortage of vehicles, shortage of cell phones, those are administrative issues that I must engage head office and say, I'm unable to reach my objective or targets because these are administrative issues that I need your assistance. Thanks, Commissioners.
Maybe let's confine it to this incident. What are the administrative decisions that you made relating to this incident that
To
we are
this-
concerned about? Yeah.
to the drug bust?
Yes.
I want to indicate, Commissioners, that Brigadier Nyuswa called me and informed me about the bust, and then I was happy. I was thumbs up. I said, prepare a report so that I can report to my principal. Over and above that, he told me, Isipingo does not assist us. They say they don't have capacity to store this drug bust. And then also he himself, he called the Forensic Science Laboratory. He said Toti, but when I check, it's Amanzim Toti. And who said they don't have space because they have problems with flooding. And he suggested and say, General, we can take these things to Port Shepstone. Because on a previous occasion, we did store hashish until the investigation was finalized. On a previous occasion, we did store the mandrakes until the case was finalized, and we didn't have a problem. Commissioners, this person who's advising me about this, he's got more than 30 years of service in the same province, working there. And he was a commander of that unit for more than 10 years. He knows the in and out, and he resides in that site. At that stage, I didn't have any reason to doubt his recommendation. And then I said, hey, you having said that, it's fine, we can do it. And I must say, because this response that I'm giving, Commissioners, it also answers some of the questions on the 10-6. And as a result of that, that is an administrative decision upon recommendation by somebody who knows the place better than me. When I took up my office, I'm trying to save time, Commissioner Khumalo. I need to explain this. When I took up office, it was the 4th of September. It was a Monday when I took up my post. The appointment is 1 August, but I took up office 4th of September. No one orientated me about the KwaZulu-Natal. Even today, there are other police stations within the vicinity that I cannot drive and show you this is the police station and the name. So a person with more than 30 years in that area, you ask me about Pretoria, it's easy for me. I'll tell you there. But if you are advised by your deputy at the level of a director, a brigadier, I didn't have any reason to doubt him. Those are administrative decisions that you are taking upon recommendations by your people that you are working with. Thank you, Commissioners.
So that's one administrative decision on recommendation. You made the decision. Any other decision, administrative decision that you made related to
this thing.
same matter still? Yes.
The other administrative decision, Commissioners, upon the theft, General Senona made a decision that the detective services must investigate this case. You cannot be a victim and then at the same time you investigate your own, yourself. And for some other reasons, head office decided to establish a team and took the investigation from general detective to head office DPCI. Me, I took a decision that let the district do the investigation. Should they need any assistance, we shall assist. You'll recall in January I said we did the data dumps. I don't want to talk too much about these things because they will expose our strategies. There were initial investigations that were done. However, at the same month, a call-up instruction came. It cut me off of those things, and then I stood back.
Yes.
Those are administrative decisions that I've taken, Commissioners.
Thank you. Thank you, General.
Response to Commissioner Baloi's question, whether the issue of the keys and where they should reside.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Commissioner. I think it's part and parcel of the responses here. The issue of the keys, Commissioners, as I've indicated in my evidence in chief, that there's a document that I was supposed to sign that I didn't know about. But what I did, I told the brigadier, I said, you know, these things, we can't leave the keys here. It's a precautionary matter. And then the keys were kept in my office because I had a safe. It's a 1 square meter top around, like, as I'm indicating on this table like this. 4 people will never carry it. So, because the brigadier didn't have a safe at that time in his office, and the keys ended up with me under lock. And another administrative decision that I took regarding this, when the investigator, that I didn't have any doubt whether he's corrupt or not, came to request the keys, I let him sign. I think I submitted copies of my diaries. He went to do whatever investigation that he was guided by his supervisors there, and then he brought the keys back. I locked them in, and the following day twice, I think it's 23 and 24 June. So I kept the keys. I said, it's fine, I'll keep them for the sake of safety. Another one, if I want to think about, is the issue of applying for a polygraph test for everyone who was there. I was asked by the commissioner, why are you not volunteering? I said, my supervisor is the one who must subject me to that. Because sometimes you go there, say, I'm available, make a polygraph test to me. It might sound otherwise, that why is he coming here? But I heard what I was advised in January. So basically, those are the few that I can recall and mention to the commissioners.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Chair, I'm sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Just for the record, I just wanted to indicate that the diary entries that the General is referring to will be found at page 796 and 797 of the exhibits band. That's when I think it was Mpangas, Warren Mpangas, requested the keys and returned them.
CJC, what? Or you don't have
I don't have the
you don't have
CJC
the-
series,
oh,
yes.
okay.
It's 796 of the red pagination.
If it would assist, it's in relation to another question, we will get to
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
yes. Just that I
But
was...
so long, Commissioner Baloi already has it. Let's just mention it quickly. CJC 266.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
correct.
Thank you.
Yes. So what we were dealing with was his response to the first question, which was his role, if any, and his members at the seizure. And that's where he says he took administrative decisions. His response now is broader than the question. So it's all administrative decisions he took in relation to the drug bust, including the theft. So the answer is much broader. But we will get to the aspects of the broadened answer that you have given. Now, let's turn then to your second question, the second question. The second question is at page 13. The question required you to state whether there were other suitable facilities available for the storage of the seized drugs. Do you see where I'm reading?
Yes, Commissioner.
And your answer speaks to the fact that you were informed by operational members that SAPS Isipingo did not have adequate storage facilities, and the last paragraph before the next question, that you were informed that KZN FSL laboratory also lacked adequate facilities. The question, though, was whether or not there were other suitable facilities, and that question remains unanswered. Were you aware of the facilities in and around the area that could have stored the drugs before they were shipped to Port Shepstone? And in this regard, I'm asking about the Maiden Wharf Police Station, is it Imbilo? And all these are stations dealt with, if you will recall, in your annexure S2 that you attached to your previous statement, which was a report of drug seizures, I think, for the period 2020 to 2024. So the question wanted to establish from you whether or not you satisfied yourself that there were no other suitable facilities when you were informed by Brigadier Nyuswa that Isipingo will not accept them.
Thank you, Commissioners. I was not aware. Brigadier Nyuswa just came and briefed and suggested to me, and I have already responded to this question that you are asking me when Commissioner Baloyi was saying other administrative decisions. Hence, I said I was not even orientated about the KwaZulu-Natal. I don't know where is Maidenhof. You say Maidenhof or Weidenhof, I don't know, Commissioners, but I don't know where it is. You ask me about Pretoria, I'll take you to each and every police station. But there.
So do I understand you correctly that since August 2020, when you took office, until June 2022, you did not acquaint yourself with the environment and the facilities available and the police stations you may have to work with, particularly in the exercise of your duties as DPCI? You didn't familiarize yourself with that?
Commissioners, I visited my offices. I visited Newcastle. I'm having an office of Soki in Newcastle to address my members' meet and greet. I visited my office in Richards Bay to do the meet and greet. It's a Soki office. I visited a Soki office in Pietermaritzburg to do the meet and greet. There are two offices in Pietermaritzburg. It's a Soki and Serious Commercial Crime Investigations. I visited my offices at Durban Organized Crime, where Soki is Soki, at 136, I can't remember the name of the street. And then I visited a commercial crime offices. It is in, what is this building? It is in Durban. And then I did the meet and greet of my people. I visited the serious corruption in a commercial city building. So the other one, is John Ross building in Durban. But the issue of police stations, I was going there. I went to a police station, I think, when the minister visited there, where there is a lot of murders, Inanda, because I was invited to go there by, actually the national head instructed me to go and represent him. But my own people that I found there who have more than 30 years of service never took me and said, General, let's take you around so that you can know your area. Even today, I can't tell you about all the, maybe I know 2 or 3 that I have visited, but some that I visited, like here in the border of Mozambique and South Africa, I can't remember that place there. Yeah, we went there, but I can't take you there again because I got lost very seriously. When I went there, they were opening a police station when we were dealing with also an operation of the cross-border operations of theft of these Toyota buggies that were crossing into the Mozambique. But the others, whenever I was never taken or the job didn't force me to go there, I don't know about it, commissioners.
My difficulty is, it sounds like you are only familiar with what happens inside your office, but not in the area over which you have authority. You are the head of DPCI KZN. As I indicated, you submitted a document in January, your Annexure S2, that gave a full account of all DPCI-related drug busts. You called it the major heroin and cocaine. And in that document, which is an extensive document, it references all these facilities. And I'm surprised to hear that you say today that you don't even know Maiden Wharf.
I was never there, commissioners. And I must say, after the theft, everybody was able to house the drugs, the bust that we have made, in that document that the SC is referring to. At one stage, we were assisted to take drugs that we busted to Cape Town with a private jet. After the theft, everybody was there to assist. Before the theft, I was relatively new. I didn't even finish 12 months in my office. I don't know, under normal circumstances, a person in my position will never know those things in a very short space of time. However, my offices, as you were saying, SC, commissioners, my own offices that I have authority over, I know where they are. I can take you. But police stations, no. It's the provincial commissioner who is in charge of the police station, not me. I've listed my offices that I visited, that I have authority over. Just a minute ago. Thank you, commissioners.
I struggled with the answer, and I just want to make one comment. I'm not suggesting you own the police stations. Your own prescripts provide that once there are seizures, they must be booked into SAP 13s, and those are found at police stations. I would have thought that is a matter that would interest you to know, based on S2 and the volume of heroin and cocaine you seize, that you would at least acquaint yourself with whether or not there are sufficient facilities. But from what you say, you know nothing about police stations and such storage facilities.
Commissioners, allow me to go back a little bit and tell you something. On this document, I don't know what is index to additional annexures received that were provided by me. You go to page 62, if it can be flagged there.
Yes, we're trying to. 6.2 you said?
60, yeah, from page 60.
Okay. It's in with the statement, with the supplementary statement, the article.
Yeah. Now, when you look at that article, on page 60, there are pictures there of individuals. Some are senior members of the police. When you go to page, on that page 62, I see there's General Sitole, the former National Commissioner. I see there's General Mkwanazi. I see the former Minister, General Tele. I see the former national head, General Libya. If you go to page 62, flag page 62, thank you. You see that space there, commissioners. I talked about this in January. When you look at that space there, inside there, this is where these photos were taken. There is General Kele, the former minister, there's General Mkwanazi, there's General Libya, there's General Sitole, the former national commissioner. Do you see what is happening there, commissioners? Those are mandrakes. Are they in forensic bags? And that place is the place where the drugs were stolen. This 541 kg. Hence, I agreed to the suggestion of my brigadier, because here is evidence that I've presented before, and I'm presenting it again, that it was not the first time. And the senior members that are there are far much senior than me. So, commissioners, if I knew about any other places other than the forensic and that police station they were telling me about, I believe I would have said, no, we can't go there. Let's go to this police station. That if you look at that picture, those things are not backed in exhibit bags. The senior managers are holding them. It is an unfortunate, some of them are no more in the service, but now I am now charged, investigated and suspended because these things were not the handling of the crime scene and the theft, the storage and the theft. So, Commissioner Kumala, I understand what you said, but these things are hitting sometimes when you look at this picture and then you look at what I'm going through. I'm trying to respond to the SC question that I did not know. I don't have any other better answer than I was not aware of any. But my own offices that were resorting directly under me, I knew where they were located.
General, just to be clear, I was not limiting you as far as the questions. I was saying the HR issues.
Okay.
Let's leave them there.
Yes.
Yeah.